Boxing Lowdown here, and welcome to the first edition of Fan Talk over StreamYard. I got my guy Josh Gooden, aka Diamonds in the camp.
Diamonds in the camp.
Diamonds in the camp, man. Talk to me about it. I mean, it was you know what? This card kind of dragged from Frank Rowan. I'm not gonna lie, and we're kind of used to that with regards to shows ending. What's the time now? 12 o'clock. It went on for a bit long, but it was a good main event anyway. Anthony Yarde stopping Dex Spelman in the sixth round. We were talking before the fight, during the fight, and I thought, let's bring it here, man. Let's gather your thoughts as to the main event and just your thoughts on the card in general.
All right, so I've got to be honest. I only watched the card from the Echo Eshelman fight because I know Echo personally.
Yeah, he's from Nottingham, isn't he?
Pardon?
He's from Nottingham, isn't he?
Yeah, he's from Nottingham. Literally, his gym's probably a 1 minute walk down the road from me. So yeah, just congratulations to him. Obviously, winning the IBF International. Against Paynard, which I mean, it was a very straightforward performance. Like, he didn't get out of second gear really, and they call him the engine for a reason because he just goes at one pace and is continuous. So fair play to him. Then we was talking about the Heffron Bentley fight. I mean, very well matched, but in terms of skill set, very limited. Draw, probably a fair result. If I had to have picked someone, and we were saying it before, probably Bentley, just for the cleaner, crisper shots. But Heffron just came forward, and I think that's their level there.
Bit one-dimensional, wasn't it? But for me, watching it, it was a bit one-dimensional. But he was applying enough pressure to make the rounds closer than they probably should have been. I thought if Denzel Bentley did a bit more off the ropes, if he wasn't lying on the ropes as much, I thought he might have been able to win that a bit more clearer. But like you said, a draw is a fair result for me.
Yeah. I think with Bentley, like his movement was nice, but if you're going to be on the ropes, and I think we saw it a real boxing clinic from Anthony Yarde. If you're going to be on the ropes, you've got to make sure the shots aren't hitting you. But whereas Bentley, he was getting hit with some of the shots on the ropes and getting hit when he was pivoting out, which made it look a lot closer than it probably was. Or probably should have been, I should have said. But let's get to the main event. I took the hair out to be lions in the camp because Anthony Yarde, he killed it. Dex Spelman is no joke. Like, I watched him v Shakan Pitters because I sparred Shakan Pitters. Shakan Pitters is no joke, and Dex Spelman gave him an absolute war. Shakan had to box on the back foot. He had to box smart, move around the ring. We saw it with the same with Lyndon Arthur. Again, a GB level amateur boxer, very good professional. He had to give Dex Spelman the respect, Anthony Yarde. Punch perfect. Like, you saw him just touching the jab to the head, touching the jab, and doing that Mayweather stiff jab to the body right from the first round. Now that allowed him to get his range, take some of the wind out of Spelman, and then just allow Dex Spelman to just sort of come forward, but knowing that Anthony Yarde is going to throw something back. And what that enabled Anthony Yarde to do was just sort of gather the timing of Spelman. He was downloading that data from round 1 to about round 3, because arguably you could have gave Spelman the first 2 rounds, and then it was just a clinic from there. Once Anthony Yarde got the time and he felt comfortable on the shell against the ropes and was just shooting that shoulder roll and the counter right, bringing the counter rights over the top of Spelman's jab as well. And then once Spelman's his own jab started to diminish, that's when Anthony Yarde started walking him back. And he wasn't walking him back in headhunting, because I think he learnt that from the Kovalev fight. When Kovalev started tiring, Anthony Yarde was headhunting. And especially when he got Kovalev rocked in the 8th, he just went for the head. Now
he did.
Now what we saw was Spelman just was picking the body, and then chopping down that tree. And then when he was ready, just took him out. And I know Spelman probably would have wanted to carry on for pride, but
it's a tough man.
Yeah, he's a real tough man. So it was only going one way, but I just thought it was brilliant. It was brilliant.
I totally agree on your assessment as well about the body, because I remember during the Kovalev fight, I was watching it with my brother, and I was saying the same thing. I was like, if Yarde goes to the body more, he'll be able to chop this tree down. And like you said, in the 8th, he was really just going for Kovalev's head. He was just trying to take him out. But in this fight against Spelman, you saw like it was just some of the body shots he was ripping in from the round before onwards. He was like having a great body attack. For some reason, Richie Woodall gave Spelman that round. I don't know how, but it kind of set up the sticks where, as much of a tough guy Spelman was, the tree was just done then, and then Yarde was on his way to. Let me ask you this: was it an early stoppage for you? Premature?
I mean, probably, but I think, I mean, like Spelman was the type of man that he would probably just keep going. As long as he could get up, he could keep going. He'll be his own worst enemy. So I think, like, the referee might have let it go on, but ultimately, I don't think it would have changed the decision too much. Obviously, as fans, and I was watching that as a fan, like, as barbaric as it sounds, like, you would like to see it go on a bit more and see a more conclusive victory. But as a fighter and as a compassionate human, you're like, nah, it was right. It was right, because Anthony Yarde was getting stronger and Dex Spelman was getting weaker. Anthony Yarde was eating all of his energy. What do you think?
I agree. I think like it looked kind of premature, but then at the end of the day, it was only going one way for me. And like Spelman was in danger of getting seriously hurt there. I don't know how close we were to the end of the round, but I think that Yarde was really starting to break Spelman down quite a bit with those body and head shots. And I saw like the punch before, like Spelman's head kind of lagged. He kind of fell back, and I just thought, he's kind of feeling it now. So it was only going to go that way. When Yarde smells blood, he really goes in for the finish. He's not like he's not going to box you. He's really trying to take you out. So I get why Spelman's upset. I mean, he's a warrior, wants to go out on his shield. But I think when he looks back on it and his team look back on it, they'll think, you know what, we'll live to fight another day. The last question before I go. Where do you put Riyadh in the light heavyweight division in the UK now? Because then you've got three of the top guys out there. Lyndon Arthur will argue he should be in there as well. But then you've also got Callum Johnson, you've got Joshua Buatsi, Anthony Yarde, widely considered to be the top three. But what would you reckon? Where would you put Yarde right now?
I'd put Shakan Pitters in there as well.
Shakan Pitters is there as well, yeah, of course.
I mean, 6'7", no one's going to want to fight him. No, none of them are going to want to fight. He'll be the most avoided out of all of them, just because of the dimensions and the skill set he has. Like style-wise, like
it's a deep division, isn't it?
Yeah, he could be a real problem. But Anthony Yarde, he's. I mean, I could have a bit of a recency bias here, just because I just thought that performance was wicked. But I would say Anthony Yarde, could be number one. Him v Buatsi is a solid fight. That, I mean, it could be 50-50. I think fundamental wise, obviously Buatsi all day, but like the skill set of Anthony Yarde, the head movement, like he's quick on his feet, like dotting in and out. Mayweather-esque. I think he could be number one, but that might be recency bias. But what you'd have with both of them two is it will go into deep waters because they're both solid men, and they'll both make various adjustments because they both can. And what you'll see is the one who can make the most adjustments towards the latter end of the fight, there will be a stoppage. Like, I don't see that fight between them two going full 12 rounds.
No, nor do I. It'd be a fantastic fight if we see it. But listen, Josh, I appreciate you taking the time out, man. I know it's quite late. We're gonna have to catch up again soon, bro. Have another chat for sure.
The boxing lowdown, big up. Diamonds in the camp.
Diamonds in the camp, man.